Hey, I'm Nickel. We're on part 5 of the Roottrees are dead, coming up today. It's a miracle. Boss is here. I see you, Carl. Stars. Yep, I'm being experimental with the presentation of this series. Enjoy.
Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
The Roottrees are dead, part 5. Episode 1, or part 1 has just aired. It's just gone to YouTube to little fanfare. If you're here watching this, I appreciate you. Please let me know. Today, I want to solve at least 3 more people. I want to get 3 locked in. I want to get to this 9 and I want to see what's next. The game is... There's a bit of trickery going on here. There's something top secret here. The lady at the door is saying some weird things. So I want to get through this. These process of elimination type games compared to like similar to Chance of Senar. Once you get a few things in, everything gets a lot easier because you're narrowing things down. So if we were to get a occupation for Miracle, we'd lock him in, I reckon. We know that one of his sons is Junior. It must be this one because it's the star, right? And we have all these assorted facts. We just got to put them all together, I think. Oh, what's this? Adoption. That's interesting. This parent was, like, left out in the cold then. Wow. So this is the first... This is wrong. Elias Jr.'s wrong because we know that the first was a girl. Okay, let's go through our notes real quick. So the first generation, the 5 pieces. Okay, we have no notes. Next generation. Lauren, Zach, Clancy, Angie. Descending age, Angie, Zach, Lauren. Okay, so Clark and Carl. We don't need any of this anymore, but we'll leave it here for now. We don't need this anymore. Elias, Carl's great-great-grandfather. One of Elias's kids is an architect. I think that Miracle is a priest. Preacher. But I think that clicking that now would be brute forcing to an extent. And I don't think that's right, so let's hold off for now. The reason I'm saying that is because of the, the eye patch. His name's Miracle. It's like he's lucky to be alive for some reason. So James, singer in Jim and Diamond. Wife is Diamond LaRue. So, and do we have Jim in any generation? Jim or James? Miracle's boys. So Miracle has 2 boys. Eli is Miracle's youngest. But we expected Miracle Jr. to be the start person, right? Miracle Jr. Oh, youngest is the latest. Youngest is the last one. Okay. So that still works. Yeah, that still works. Eli. So it's Elias C or Elias M. It's one of them. But anyway. So what can we learn about Miracle Jr.? So that still works. Elias C or Elias M. What else is there in here? Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. So if we can place Lauren, we can place her brother as well. Miracle's youngest rides bikes. Let's do some web searches. You find a website for the Miracle Network, a production company run by the Miracle Roottree estate. It's quite bare bones but has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Roottree. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems. But still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. Okay, there we go. 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. He has since left a life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Below the blurb is a flyer about the tour, which is in your evidence. Let's have a look at that. So here we go, that's Miracle. There we go, we have both pictures. Let's plug them in. And he's a preacher. And he is a preacher. Alright. So if we were to get one more... hold on, let's read the text on this again, real quick. Flyer for the 3 Generations of Miracles tour. 3 Generations of Miracles. The flyer is a few years old. It comes from 1996. The names listed are Miracle Jr., who is said to be world famous and gets top billing. Miracle Jr. is on the notable Rootrees list in your evidence. He will be marked on the chart with a star. Miracle Roottree, who the flyer says will make a special appearance. Miracle Third and his wife Nicole, who are said to be the youth pastors. Hold on a second. So we've got this all wrong. This is him. And this is him. Miracle Third. Preacher. Excellent. We should have done the optional entries first.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Yep.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottree reunion. I also found some important-looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Alright. Shiva candle. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects. Though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so." Okay. So from Miracle, Ernie, or one of the Miracles, Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that much without the two of you fighting for us. Okay. Interesting. So a few names here, Carl and Brenda. Debbie. So Debbie and Brenda. So let's just make a Shiva candle page. And later we'll repurpose this into a Debbie page or a Brenda page, Carl and Brenda page. But right now we'll just get all the quick wins out of here. To Carl and Brenda, funeral held by Ernie and Debbie. Lost. Have child Nicole. Hold on, was it for a kid or was it for Ernie? Ernie was a man. So Ernie. Needed donor, but died. Ernie left behind wife Debbie and child Nicole. Okay, any other hint here? Okay, back to evidence. Vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council. Better for Butler. Hold on. We have pictures. So this is Nicole. And this is Debbie. So hold on, I might go back here and Nicole so that we... Alright. So, where were we? We were here. So that's Stephanie Jones, and that's probably her husband. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. Oh, Carl and Brenda are... Carl and Brenda. Ah, so this must not be right. Well, if he's not the 5th president, then he must be the 4th, and maybe there is no 5th. So, who else is on the... Jim or Lauren? Sorry. We're gonna... Jim? Ah, Jim and the Diamond. Okay, yep. So, I reckon that's the same generation as Carl. Diamond LaRue. Musician. Okay, back we go. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from the newspaper article from Butler County Times about the campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. So many pages. So grew up in an unconventional family. The handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. CM. So Stephanie is below them. And CM. CM is in the same generation as Carl. Oh. So either here or here. Or here or here. Okay. 2 kids. 1 kid. So is that Stephanie? Unconventional family, right? So this is a woman, either Cottrell or Landon. So let's just Google her. You learn from an election results page that Stephanie Jones, a candidate for City Council, won her campaign on election day about a month ago. You find no mention of the Roottrees in any articles about her. Stephanie also has a very bare-bones website for her campaign. It is simply a picture of her campaign mailer, and underneath it says, "Be sure to read the full article in the Butler County Times." Okay. What is her surname, though? Politician? I mean, Stephanie could be all the way over here, you know? So yes, it's wrong to... Likewise, how do we know that Jim is there and not like over here? I think we're jumping to conclusions a bit here. Oh no, because of the star, that's right. Because of the star. Okay. Better for Butler County. CM. We know that her first child was a daughter, right? From the 5 Candies one, right? 2 more clues to go through. Okay, come on, where's the old one? There we go. G. A G. Gwendolyn. This must be Gwendolyn. There's no other G. So this must be Gwendolyn. What did we change it from? Clancy Edward, right? Okay, let's keep looking at the notes. Let's start here. The photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water-damaged picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris, Gwyn and the boys. Do we have Gwyn anywhere? And the boys. So Gwyn has 2 boys. We don't know about the order yet. Which one looks older? It's hard to tell. Alright. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. Oh, Carl's the one in the middle. Excellent. On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next president, Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark Carroll, and Eli M. So... Damn, okay. We expected that. No, we've only got 2 in there, right? So Jim Diamond and Carl. James, sorry, and Carl. Okay, back to the note. Okay. Eli. November. Why is November important? Why is November important? So how many girls are there? 1, 2, 3. Gwendolyn. That's not good. Ernie Jr. Okay, who are the stars? Who haven't we got yet on the stars? We have Jim and Lauren. Lauren is... Okay, we got to figure out Lauren. Is Lauren here? No. The free spirits. Is there anyone here that's obviously older? So I reckon we've got Jim set. And I reckon we've got Carl set. So the other star, the remaining star, must be Lauren, right? Lauren Roottrees is an author. And... Hold on, I want to get her husband first, so... Oh, let's... We need to find her husband's name. Roottrees. Rafferty. So do we have any Rafferty here? Oh. Rafferty LaRue. Interesting. Why do I think it's Jacob? There we go, 3 more. I reckon they're all the stars that we got right. Carl, James, and Lauren. Okay. Oh, okay. Booyah. We're starting to get it together. Alright, we did 3 better than we thought we would. Catch you next time.